Hey there, BioVerbers. This first clip is about Dr. Farrell B. McLean, a bioenergetic pharmacist in Texas. She was interviewed by Channel 2 News in Houston, Texas, about bioresonance therapy. She founded BioEnergetic Works, has 21 years of bioenergetic experience, and has treated over 700 clients. Enjoy the clip.
There's a new technology that's helping determine exactly what your body needs, and the first company to use it is based right here in Houston. Joining us today is Dr. Farrell McLean, bioenergetic pharmacist, and welcome to Houston Life.
Thank you.
This sounds like complete space science, but talk to me about what BioE is.
Basically, a BioE evaluation involves Western and Eastern medicine, and basically what we're going to be doing is getting the electrical information out of your body using your acupressure points on your fingers and toes, and it's going to give me a complete energetic status on every organ.
So typically when someone would go to the doctor wants to know your complete medical history, but you're saying you don't even need to ask people their medical history because you're able to use the equipment to glean all that info.
That is correct. That is correct.
So talk to us how the scan works. What's the process like?
Basically, you sit in the office. It takes 15 minutes. I have a probe that's non-invasive, and I'm going to actually touch points on your fingers and toes.
Okay, and we're seeing some video right now, so just walk us through what we're seeing.
Okay, so basically, I'm having someone there explaining to them the science. You may not be able to see them, but they have a little probe attached. That's the probe in my hand that I'm going to be using. That's non-invasive. You should see me pretty soon touch her fingers and toes, but there's going to be a line graph, and there's going to be a baseline that's green, and if the energy from that point goes into the green, that means that organ's balanced and healthy, leave it alone. But if it goes above that, it's stressed, and if it goes below that little green line, it's weakened.
And fingers and toes, you're able to look at the entire body. You don't need to put that probe all over.
That's correct.
And we're talking everything, the pancreas, the gallbladder, your nerves, your endocrine system.
If you look at the report, every single organ will be examined.
Yeah, so non-invasive, but here's the report. And the red and the yellow, explain that.
Red is weakened, so I can see that in this person, their nervous system and lymphatics are in a weakened state. Yellow is stressed. Americans have a lot of stress, so I don't just talk about stress, we can quantify it. I can give you the number, and I can tell you how far off the norm you are in stress. We all say we're stressed.
And what would a patient then do with these results? And I'm sure the doctor would be involved, but how can they take this and improve their health, essentially?
Well, basically, the only reason why I take those results is as a baseline. And the whole goal as a pharmacist is that I can actually scan medications. Every medication has a unique electromagnetic frequency code. So once I pinpoint the 5 areas that are the true cause of the distress, I can actually test your medications using radio frequency codes. I know we're talking Star Trek, but I can see your body respond at the acupressure points. And I know even before you take the medication if it's going to actually help you, hurt you, or stress you out or weaken you.
So if somebody is on a medication, and obviously case by case, so it's not just going to be like this for everybody, but if somebody's on a medication and they're not seeing the results, maybe after 6 months or a year, they're not seeing any kind of improvement, this would kind of tell you whether or not why it's not working?
Yes, and it would actually match you to the correct drug that would.
It's so fascinating because I feel like for a lot of doctors, I know it's a blanket statement, but I feel like a lot of people just throw medication at the problem, right? Oh, we'll try this, see if it works. And you're saying that you want to avoid having people take medications they don't need.
From the get-go.
From the get-go. And ultimately, that saves them a lot of time, it saves them money, and improves their health by not putting other things in their body they don't need.
Correct.
It's wonderful to see a healthcare professional using bioresonance technology to more accurately diagnose, prescribe, and treat their patients to expedite their recovery. Have you ever known a relative, friend, or coworker that was taking medication that never seemed to work or made their symptoms worse? Maybe you're going through this right now or have in the past. Perhaps the frequency of the medicine was not the correct one to treat the condition and/or wasn't an energetic match for your body. Bioresonance technology appears to provide data that is more properly tailored to the individual's unique biological makeup, body composition, and resonant frequency. If you're interested in treatment from Dr. McLean or want to learn more, visit her website bioeworks.com in the description below. This next clip is about Dr. Peter C. Dartsch, a professor for biochemistry and human physiology and the founder of Dartsch Scientific. In 2017, his company was tasked with investigating the efficacy of the BICOM Bioresonance device. Enjoy the clip.
My name is Peter Dartsch and I'm a professor for biochemistry and human physiology. My company, Dartsch Scientific, is working since several years in the interdisciplinary topics concerning medicine, biology, biochemistry and physiology. We are working exclusively with cultured cells with in vitro models since many years. In October 2017, Dartsch Scientific was asked to have a closer look with the methods of this company on the BICOM Bioresonance device and to see if there is any possibility to see beneficial effects. And finally, we did it. Although the use of organ-specific cell cultures does not reflect the situation as in a complete organism, as in our body, we have the possibility to show without using experimental animals if there is any effect of this device on the cellular level. It should be mentioned that things are often not so easy as really expected before. We did experiments for several months until we had the solution for the complex model systems, for the complexity of the device, of the BICOM Bioresonance device, and we could put the things together. However, we used the program chain Pathogene AI for the basis, and we put the subprograms each to 30 minutes so that we had finally 90 minutes of the complete program chain. This chain was used twice and was applied to the cells. The sample tube on the top right side of the BICOM device was filled with the cell culture medium as taken for the cell cultures, because this was the sample which was referred to. One must be aware that the duration of the BICOM device should not exceed 1 hour of exposure. What we did was an exposure time of 180 minutes by using the cells, 2 runs, each run 90 minutes, 180 minutes. But on the other hand, we really wanted to see if the device is possible to have a beneficial effect on the cells. What did we examine? At first, we had a closer look on the cell vitality of cultured connective tissue fibroblasts. And what we really got was that the exposure to the BICOM device and the exposure to the bioresonance really induced the vitality of the connective tissue fibroblasts by approximately 40% in comparison to the untreated control. Based on these first very promising results, we had a closer look on the regeneration, the regenerative potential exactly, of cultured connective tissue fibroblasts. For that purpose, we have seeded the cells into a special silicon frame, and this silicon frame was grown, densed of the cells, and after taking the silicon frame away, we had a very sharp cell-free space in which the cells could migrate and proliferate in order to recolonize this cell-free space. The recolonization process represents the granulation phase of a wound healing process in vivo. What we got was again a stimulation of the recolonization process by use of the bioresonance method, which was stimulated by about 30% when compared to the untreated control. In vivo, the results suggest that there might be a stimulation of the cell regeneration as well as of the wound healing process in our body.
Dr. Peter C. Dartsch gave a very detailed, descriptive account of his research and findings using the BICOM bioresonance device. A bioresonance device developed in Germany that's currently being used in over 90 countries, according to their website. Dr. Dartsch mentioned that exposure to the BICOM bioresonance device induced the vitality of the connective tissue fibroblasts, stimulated recolonization of cells in a cell-free space, and that exposure to the BICOM bioresonance device should not exceed 1 hour. Seeing healthcare professionals such as Dartsch and McLean researching and utilizing this technology is exciting for the future of medicine and the future of patient care. This is just the beginning. As more medical professionals research, develop, and use bioresonance devices and other advanced technology, more treatment options and potential cures will be revealed to the medical community and patients around the globe. Medicine and technology have been advancing at an accelerated pace over the last 50 years. Artificial intelligence and robotic surgical assistants are already being used in the industry. Imagine where we'll be in another 50 years as medicine and technology continue to form more synergistic breakthroughs that can provide advanced tools for doctors, nurses, surgeons, and administrators, and provide alternative, holistic, and potentially superior treatment options and plans for patients. The future looks bright. Have a wonderful day, BioVerbers. Subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you for watching.